Hi there. I'm Jeff Gatton, and I chair the Public Policy Committee for the Three Rivers Area Chamber of Commerce. Today, I have Mike Friesner and Von Peterson joining me. They are each running for the office of Lockport Township Treasurer. Both gentlemen have been provided with 3 questions that I'll be asking. There will be 2 additional questions that I have heard till the time I ask. We'll alternate who goes first on each question. I've chosen who to start by who logged into the Zoom meeting first. Gentlemen, first of all, thank you for being here. And I'm going to start with Mike. Mike, could you please introduce yourself and then tell us why you chose to run for treasurer?
My name's Mike Friesner, and I chose to run for treasurer because I thought I could be a positive influence to the township, which I think I have. I've been 6 years, and despite what people might say, I thought I could be fiscally responsible and as a treasurer, and be a benefit and an asset to the township, and I believe I have.
Great, thank you, sir. Now, Vaughn, the same question. Introduce yourself, please, and then explain why you chose to run for treasurer.
Yes, my name is Von Peterson. Also, my full name is Elvantio Peterson. I chose to run for Lockport Township Treasurer because for me, I wanted to really be involved with Lockport Township itself. For so often you hear people say to make changes or to see a difference in your communities, go out there and vote. My slogan is that if you can't vote, if you don't want to vote, make sure you get involved with the politics itself and the city itself so you can see how things work. And so for myself, bringing a wealth of experience, outside experience as well, I really wanted to be a part of Lockport Township because I believe in Lockport Township since I've been here.
Okay, great. Now, Vaughn, we're going to start with you this time. What do you hope to accomplish while in office?
Biggest thing I hope to accomplish is really listen to the people, listen to the community itself. We have a very diverse community in Lockport Township, and I think everyone's voice should be heard. For myself is, again, to learn as much as possible and see what people want to see changes and see what type of changes they want to do, and then use my resources and networking to see those changes come through.
All right, great. Now, Mike, you're first this time. What do you bring to the table that sets you apart from the other candidate?
Well, I have 6 years experience in this position as a township treasurer. Being retired, I can give my full time. People might think that this is a part-time job, but as my wife and I found today, that we probably spent 6.5 to 7 hours just today taking care of yesterday's mail. So saying that it's a part-time job probably isn't during the tax season time from July through September and December through March. So I have that flexibility and the access to the benefits of the township that I provide to the residents. We do supply dump passes and speedy responses to mortgage companies and abstract offices that are calling in nearly every day that have closings that they need to know if there's any outstanding water bills and sewer bills or whatever. So we supply that in a timely fashion, and being retired, I can do that I believe someone that's working a full-time job wouldn't be able to do that for the benefit of the residents of Lockport Township.
Okay, and Vaughn, what do you bring to the table that sets you apart from the other candidates?
I believe I bring fresh ideas. I'm a very progressive individual in terms of moving a city or Lockport or a township forward as well. I do have outside experience as well. I've been in the financial industry for well over a decade. And I think back to my experiences, and I know Mike brought up a point about being able to commit more time being retired. Myself, I do work at a financial institution that has our bank account, Lockport Township itself. So myself, I'm able to focus on that as well. Not only that, but I do have a strong network system, and for myself, I would take the job very seriously, even outside of my work, committing the amount of time that I need, speaking to people, being available to people as well, both on weekdays and weeknights, as well as weekends. So myself, I definitely want to be involved more with the community. And that's one of the things I also bring to the table, is just being heavily involved in the community of Lockport and Three Rivers as well.
Vaughn, this question for you. How do you view the role of the township board in dealing with other governmental entities? And I think with the township treasurer, certainly the county is one of those entities that we have to deal with.
Definitely plays an integral part when you discuss matters like that, especially when it comes to tax dollars, when it comes to land, when it comes to bringing other businesses, when it comes to residences as well. And we definitely play an integral part in terms of assessing the value of the residences and commercial business we have, also looking at future and past board meetings to see what was discussed and seeing how we can move forward, how we can work with other townships and cities as well as the county itself. Lockport Township is definitely an integral part of the St. Joe County as a whole.
Mike, how do you view the role of the township board in dealing with other governmental entities? And of course, with the treasurer, we know that the county is a part of that.
We deal directly with the county commissioners on many aspects of what's going on. We have a little what would you like to say? Maybe a little stressed relationship with the city of Three Rivers that our Judge Middleton emphasized during the sports complex problem, that he said what the city of Three Rivers did during that was it didn't pass the smell test, and that it set intergovernment relations back decades. So to have, other than the city of Three Rivers, I think we have a very, very good a relationship with every other entity in the county except possibly the city of Three Rivers, which we have given the city of Three Rivers over 700 acres of township land over the years, and that's 700 acres, and they continue to want more. So that relationship's a bit stressed, but other than that, I think we do an excellent job in public relations.
Great, thank you. And this next question, we'll start with you. What should the top 3 priorities of the township board be?
Top 3 priorities are the citizens of Lockport Township, the benefits to the township, and then the benefits to the county.
Great, thank you. And Vaughn, the same question. What should the top 3 priorities of Lockport Township be?
Top 3 priorities of Lockport Township, I believe, are helping to grow the city, helping to grow the tax base, that is. Also bringing more commerce businesses to the city as well, to help attract more families here, more opportunities in terms of employment, to grow the city as well. And then lastly, priority would be to mend the fences with Three Rivers. I know Mike made mention of the strained relationship with the city of Three Rivers. Myself, included with many of the people I'm actually running with on my slate, I actually work hand in hand with Three Rivers. So that's one of the big benefits of myself, is that I'm working with people in Three Rivers as I run for this board position as the treasurer of Lockport Township, to actually mend those fences and have a great working relationship with Three Rivers.
Okay, and as I mentioned to the 2 of you before we got started, I want to give each of you an opportunity to add anything further. So Vaughn, you will go first this time. Anything further you would like to add?
Yeah, absolutely. So just jumping off what I just kind of mentioned before is just basically working with the city. One of the benefits that I guess I have coming as an outsider is that I don't have any pre-existing relationship or history with any of the things that may have gone on before. So for me, it's having a fresh start, having a fresh mind, and really hear ideas, really work with the board to see what we need to do to mend that fence with City of Three Rivers. I mean, that's pretty much our sister city right there in terms of how we're going to see our potential growth. We use their utilities, we use a lot of their public school educational system. So for myself is I believe in Three Rivers. I believe in Lockport Township. I believe in our partnership together that we can build something great together. And just Lockport in and of itself, great opportunities here that the world should know about.
Great. And Mike, do you have anything further that you would like to add?
I do. I want to emphasize my priority is to the benefits or the to be advantageous to the people and the township of Lockport. I don't work for the city. I realize that we need to have some relationship there, but I am an official of the Lockport Township, not the city of Three Rivers. So my priority would be the difference between us here, as Vaughn emphasized, that he would be more inclined to see the benefits to the city of Three Rivers, and I'm more inclined to see the benefits to the Lockport Township residents. I do want to clarify a few things that I've seen put on Facebook by some of the people who are running or opposing us in this up and coming election. That one of them being that we're not fiscally responsible. I want to go on record as saying when we took office 6 years ago, our total cash accounts were in the $800,000 range that the township would have for total cash accounts. We are currently near $1,200,000. That's over $300,000 in increased cash accounts that we've generated, and that $1.2 million includes the amount that we've paid out to improve roads in the township. Some people don't understand that the county doesn't always take care of the roads the way we would like it, and they've come to the townships and asked us to do a 50-50 match. And the last couple of years, we've spent over $220,000 in road improvement, and that $1.2 million includes the removal of that payment. So it would be $1.4 million if we hadn't paid that over $200,000 in road rework and so on. There's also been some Facebook information out there that we're going to show a deficit, but because of our fiscally benefits, what we've accomplished, that even though revenue sharing from the state is going to be down $45,000, we'll be able to handle that and already have that covered in our kind of our rainy day fund. Also, what I wanted to do as a covered what we've spent. There's a lot of false information flying around out there. Some people are saying that we spent $600,000 on fighting the sports complex. I want to just go on record to saying there wasn't anyone on the board or that I spoke to that was ever against that sports complex. Everybody wanted that sports complex. We just didn't want to have it there. And we certainly didn't want the city to spend $730,000 for a piece of property that was for sale for $280,000. Grasp that concept a little bit. because I'm not going to repeat that again. Those were broad, those are general amounts, but we talk about fiscally responsible to pay that kind of money for a piece of property that was worth 1/3 of what they paid for it isn't fiscally responsible. So I guess that's about all I have. There was one other thing that there was something on Facebook about the person that's running for the township supervisor would save the township $6,000 right away because they wouldn't have a deputy. Well, that isn't going to save the township any money not having a deputy, because the deputy's paid out of the salary of the supervisor. So it would just, to have it, for the supervisor to have a deputy, he's paying, it comes out of the amount that's allotted for the supervisor's salary. So that's not a true statement either. So other than that, I think I have covered everything I needed to cover.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank both of you for joining me today. Good luck to each one of you. And I also want to encourage all of the residents of Lockport County to get out and vote, you know, not only in our general election, but for the township treasurer and the board itself. So thank you both and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure being here.
Appreciate it. Have a good evening.